Hello and welcome. It is 10:30 on a Sunday night and it is time for some more Untold Chronicles. Thanks very much for jumping in and joining us. As always, let us cut immediately to the chase. So, as always, only an hour and a half. So, we'll say some very quick hellos and welcomes and thank yous. And then we go straight into the action. What a cliffhanger episode 1 ended upon. So, as usual, thank you to everybody in chat. I really appreciate you joining us at this late hour in UK time. It's not so late, really, because the clock's changed. So, it's actually only 9:30 if you kind of think about it like that, but in reality it is 10:30 and we'll be going through to midnight. If you are on YouTube or video on demand, who knows what time it is? All I know is you are watching from the future. Ooh. Big thank you to our players as well. Some beautiful themes with their names and stuff. And of course, it goes without saying, but I have to say it, that we need to thank you for Hero Forge. Many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures and get them 3D printed. You can find them at www.heroforge.com. Please note anything mentioned on the stream may not represent the views or beliefs of Hero Forge, a Sky Castle Studios LLC product. And as always, check them out. Absolutely amazing, amazing fun just to go to the website, play around, and find that perfect miniature to encapsulate your characters. And I've seen so many wonderful and strange character designs. It is absolutely amazing what you can do there. And then we now move to our players and we'll do some very quick introductions. So, minutes to midnight. Hello and welcome. Do you want to quick say who you are?
Oh, hi. I'm Josephine. But people just call me. I'm known as Insomniac Without Light on Discord. Minnie here is a tabaxi. She came all the way from the smoke, basically, to the Court of Five Thunders. She's not gonna tell you guys like why she's here there yet, but of course you can just like read on the wiki.
Yeah,
Because she
check.
has a very complicated history, basically. Now she's
Okay,
just here like barely hanging on to life because apparently, well, let's just say she is very, very much in trouble.
indeed. And Kagayaki? Kagayaki?
Kagayaki,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kagayaki. Yeah. Who are you? And welcome. I know who you are, but it's a what's the name question.
Yeah, I'm Sarah. I'm Yig on Discord, and this evening I will be Kagayaki, the mysterious veiled character.
Oh, mysterious and veiled. I look forward to finding out what is below the veil, and then we move to perhaps a little bit more straightforward a character, Tatsu. Hello, who are you?
Hello, my name is Andrew, Primate on the Discord and the Twitch chat. And yeah, I'm playing Tatsu, the human fighter.
Boo, humans in the Court of Five Thunders. Proving yourself, no doubt. And then
Do
finally,
you think I care?
indeed, as was proven last session, beautiful. And then finally, we move to Kiyoshi.
Hi, hello. I go by Konami on the Discord. Ben playing Kiyoshi, the also mysterious paper Ronin.
Yeah, a beautifully designed and reskinned character. As if you haven't seen it before, it's a wonder to behold. But you know what happens with paper? It can get crumpled up and thrown away into a wastebasket or set alight or anything. It'll
Or
be in.
torn, don't forget.
It'll be
Torn
in.
to pieces.
Oh right, thanks. That sounds like a threat already, Minnie. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to go to our battle map and we'll do a quick recap. It was chapter 1, episode 1 last session. Our protagonists, were hired by the Celestial Court to go and investigate a problem at Pure Water. Pure Well, sorry. Let me have a look at my notes. Yeah, Pure Pool. I knew it was something like that. In the south of the empire, very close to the Great Wall of the Five Thunders that separates the horrible demonic and necromonic swamp area from the more civilized north. Upon arrival, Tatsu moved forward and issued a challenge, them recognizing that the village had been turned to ruin and the villagers had all but gone. Tatsu issued a challenge, and some warriors from south of the wall, known as the Thorns of the Lotus, appeared and battle commenced. They quickly dispatched 3 of them, taking captive a 4th, currently unconscious. Then Minnie ran forward, peered into the pool to investigate it, and was surprised by 3 mud mephits as they sprang forth. Combat ensued, and during that combat, Minnie once again ran to find a place to hide. And unfortunately, lurking beneath the floorboards were 4 giant centipedes, and on all of their multi-legged bodies they scampered forward. So we find ourselves in the heat of combat. We find ourselves in dire times, and we find ourselves at the top of initiative. Kiyoshi, what would you like to do?
Well, he's going to calmly walk forwards past his 2 companions. Will look towards Minnie and just say to her, "You should calm down and think about what you're doing."
Okay.
And then he will move
It's hard for
forwards
me
again.
to do so. I'm scared.
And as he moves past, he, as part of the somatic components for this, he will sheath the weapon that he's using.
Oh, wow.
Enter a slightly wider swordsman stance, and then do a extremely fast draw attack into this building, as if he's folding the air in on itself, creating almost a thunder wave-like effect.
Okay, now just to clarify, Thunderwave is 15-foot cube. Do you want to show us what that does? Can you draw the cube, or do you want me to do it? Yeah, look at that, nice and white as well. So look at that.
So basically, I'm aiming to hit everything in here, including the building, if that will take structural damage.
It's in a bad state, so it will take some damage. But yeah,
So,
I mean, you have all 4 centipedes in your area of effect, so target them and thunder wave, although you probably do it in a different kind of way.
Well, that didn't do that for some reason.
Let's
try that again.
Target the dudes first, and then you will be able to do something to them.
On my screen, I have targeted them. That's weird.
Go to the combat tracker, and I mean, I can target them for you to speed things up. Oops, you are targeting. That's it. Do you want to?
Yeah, when I clicked them on the map, it gave me the arrows, but
yeah,
that was it.
Okay. No, you need to double check. So I can confirm you've got all 4 of them now. And, well, let us see what's going to happen here. Do you want to quickly describe this effect, or do you want to see what happens once you release this magical energy?
As he like this lightning flash quick draw that slices through the air and folds it, and then it explodes outwards.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so we have 2 successes, 2 failures. The building shakes as well. I believe it's substantial.
1 failure.
Is it 1 failure? Oh yeah, that's okay. Still half damage though. You do 15 points of damage. That is enough to kill all of those creatures. And the building creaks and well, it's not so much masonry. These are kind of wooden buildings, but wood is splintered. as in a single horrifying effect, you devastate all of those creatures. Do you have I think that is very much a how do you want to do this moment?
Yep, he'll just do the draw, put his have his weapon back in his hand, and then just turn around to the two that are behind him and just nod to them, and then use the rest of his movement to go towards Tatsu.
Okay.
If I may add, does the building collapse after he
Uh,
did so?
As I turn around.
yeah,
Yeah, as he turned around,
it
does it
does.
collapse?
I believe this is what they term a Michael Bay moment, as the building sort of splinters, and as cool as unfolded paper, as crisp, you move forward without a panic. A most excellent turn.
Minnie will just probably be shocked at this sight. Like, as he moves toward Tatsu, she's just gonna keep staring at him with like that wonderment. Like, can't believe what she just saw.
Impressive opening move. We do, though, move to Mud Mephit 3. Boom, boom. What it's going to do is, it looks like it still has its thing here. So it is going to target you. And it is going to swing at you with its fists. Sticky, sticky fists. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. And then we return to you, Tatsu. It is your go.
Tiny little wretch clawing at me. I am going to keep on whack-a-moling the mud methods.
You miss. Is that the end of your go? No bonus actions or movements?
That is my end of my go, yeah.
Okay. So the same thing is going to happen as this one. Is can't get advantage on you. It's interesting. We need to use combat tracker for some reason. Fancy Grounds is not working in that way, and that is a terrible miss. What is your armor class?
17.
17. That's only a six, so that is 10 less, which is a critical fail. It splots itself back into the water, and the water kind of washes over it, and it becomes dissipated, almost like silt. And it loses its next turn as it attempts to strike at you and fails terribly. We then move to Kageyaki.
So, if I remember rightly, I have to retrieve my arcane focus from the mud.
Yeah, it was another thing, so you can do that. That's your action. You still have a bonus action and a move action should you wish.
So I'm going to just move up here, but I don't have a bonus action.
You trigger the ancient red dragon that... No, you don't. Sorry, I was thinking of a different game. Okay, then we move to Mud Mephit, and it's very much you have their attention fully at the moment, and it too is going to swing at you. 13 is a miss, but not a critical. Then last but not least, we move back to Minnie. It is your go.
Minnie is going to shoot at the mud method that number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Because this is, I think, is the mud method that startled her in the first place. So
very good. I've targeted it for you. So do your worst.
Be careful with what you say that, because apparently I just got a 23.
Okay, and that
Is
unfortunately does count as a critical hit. Their armor class is only 11, so roll. It would be using what?
Oh, and there's a sneak attack, right? Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, you can use sneak attack due to the fact that Tetsu, an ally, is next to it. So this is going to normally be 2d6, but that is doubled up to 4d6 damage.
Oof. Okay, so
So if you go
how do I
to
do
short
this?
bow, you go to your actions page
Mm-hmm.
where it says short bow and the damage is 1d6 plus 3. Left click
Yes.
on that
Oh,
and
first
then
hold
click it right
until
click
the
3
so
times.
4 dice, right?
Yeah, and then roll it. There we
Oh, this is
go.
so neat.
So yeah, you just kill that. Once again, one shot, one kill. Amazing stuff.
This one's going to straight to the head again because Mini just like headshots. Chest shots are just so boring for Mini. Headshots are far more challenging and
Okay.
better.
A huge clump of mud wraps itself round the arrow as you kind of hit it in the head, and it rips it apart from the rest of the body, and the rest of the body just goes to a sludge. You do have a movement and a bonus action if you want to use them for anything else.
Mini wants to. Oh dear. This house has collapsed, right?
Yep.
Can it still be used to hide, like say as a cover?
It is unstable, but you can chance
Just
going in there. As I said,
no, I don't want to go behind there. I just want to be right outside the house, but taking cover next to the wall.
yeah, that is absolutely fine. There's enough blockage of line of sight to be able to do that. Unfortunately, you don't get your cunning action to level 2, so you will.
Oh wait, you're right. I forgot that I didn't have cunning action yet. So never mind. I'll just not move there. Thank you for reminding me that I'm not level 2 rogue yet.
Okay, so with that, we move back up to Kiyoshi.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. What's the range on this? 60. Okay, that's fine. And the hat will lift up slightly, and his sleepy expression, suddenly his eyes widen as he will attempt to again do the tear ego origami trick onto the mud method number 1 over
Very
there.
nice. Okay, so yeah, you're targeting it. This time it's not having any of it as it shakes it off. Is that your go?
Yep, I'll stay here.
Cool. Then move to Tatsu.
I am going to keep trying to lay into these things.
Yeah. One of them has lost their turn this round. You're targeting Mud Method 2 at the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember which is the one that lost their turn.
No.
It's okay. Just we will say. And you hit. Not quite a critical. Oh, that is very nice. That is enough as you splodge that one. And we go down. I have a feeling it was Mud Method 1 that did lose, so it reforms basically. And then we move to Kagayaki.
So she's going to flick the mud off her brush.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it? Give me an arrow. It's not letting me target it.
You're trying to target the Mud Method.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me an arrow.
There you go. I've done it for you.
Thank you. And she will draw the increasingly familiar symbol for Eldritch Blast.
It's a good one though. Where would Warlocks be without Eldritch Blast? And that is a hit, and that is a critical hit. So, do you need me to explain how to add a dice to the damage? Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than happy. So you go to your actions, you click on the tennis racket where it says Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Yeah, you've hit. If you left click where it says 1d10 force damage, and then if you start dragging it, you see that it puts a dice. If you right click, it'll add an extra dice to the roll. There we go.
Sweet.
Perfect. And boom. I think that's worthy, once again, critical hit. of how you destroy this creature with your Eldritch Blast?
So it's predominantly an act of force. So I imagine that as the kind of blast comes towards it, it basically kind of forces the mud to kind of spray out in a horrible kind of mess. It just
Okay.
all disintegrates.
Any chance of that huge explosion of muddy mess covering Tatsu?
Not given the direction she's in,
Okay,
no.
no, that's fine. So it kind of blasts him a sort of distance away and explodes, keeping Tatsu out of the blast radius. You are too kind. And all of a sudden, as rapidly as combat was enabled, it is all over. Large amounts of sound, the sound of thunder wave. You could hear birds around 300 feet away take flight. You can hear the blasts of Eldritch blasts. You certainly haven't been quiet or subtle about this encounter, but you are currently all alone apart from an unconscious Thorn of the Lotus.
Minnie is going to take some deep breaths, try to compose herself after apparently being confronted with one of her worst, well, fear. I mean, wouldn't call it fear yet, just things that she hated, and just walk over to Kagayaki and, of course, Kiyoshi a bit, and just like, well, thank you for like saving me back there. Kind of hard to say this, but yeah.
Hmm.
I'll
And
walk over. Yeah.
Kiyoshi will flick his wrist, and like a corrugated paper fan will appear in it, and he'll tap Kiyoshi. He'll tap Minute with it, and all of the mud and blood and stuff that's on her will get sucked into the paper as if it's like bleeding into it.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
he'll flick his hand again, and it'll just disintegrate into confetti and then disappear.
That
Very
is
nice.
very neat. I mean, thank you. I mean, at least now I won't have to worry about having to clean myself. Like, it's gonna be such a pain. But thank you for taking care of that too. I really owe you one.
They sent us here to clear out mud. Couldn't they send the Imperial plumbers? It's a waste of our time.
Maybe there's more here than meets the eye. Maybe one of you would like to talk to our friend here.
Me, I really have some questions for that person.
So while
I
we
have no
wait for him
interest in
to wake
talking to
up, we should make sure that there is nobody hiding in the village. Not the people who have done this, but the people who came from here.
You mean if there's anyone left?
Yes. I think that they have been taken rather than killed.
We haven't seen any bodies, have we, around, Andy?
No, there are no bodies whatsoever.
But there are those centipede thingies, whatever creepy crawlies that just emerges now.
Yeah. It's interesting that they would be under the houses already. It's almost like this town has aged very rapidly.
It's rotted.
You sense dark magics afoot.
And then after that revelation, Kiyoshi will go step to one side and sit cross-legged up against a building and ritual cast detect magic while these guys do stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to go over and poke my Tetsubo in the pool, which I'm assuming is the pure pool. I don't know if that's something I know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is the only clean source of water that is about. The freeing of this town, this village, the freeing of the pool is going to make a lot of difference to the local area. But the fact that there were the Thorns of the Lotus here, agents of the Lotus Eaters that exist south of the wall, this loose affiliation of eunuch sorcerers, abyssal demon worshippers, and necromancers. Shows that there is some of their involvement here.
Minnie is going to follow Tatsu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's not going to go near the well much anymore now that apparently she's just a bit skittish about the mud. Like she's going to avoid the mud basically.
Mm-hmm. The well itself seems to be clear. You think, had you not got here when you did, these mephits would have multiplied and would have filled the well full of mud, making it useless.
Well, that's somewhat fortunate, although sadly there's none of the citizens around villages around him to enjoy it.
Do you two, and I'll say to Min, that's directed at Minnie and Kagayaki, want to take a look around? I'd go into the buildings and look myself, but I fear that when they see me, they're not likely to come out.
To be honest, I will prefer interrogating our prisoner first. But is he? Oh, by the way, is he up yet? Our prisoner?
No,
I
he
think
is.
he's out for X hours.
Yeah, he is out. Very. Let us have a look. Can't remember whether we rolled before.
I think it was like 1 or something.
Yeah, but it's going to be hours basically, unless you use healing magic upon him.
Don't bother wasting it. Don't waste your magic
Just dunk
slots
him,
on
just
an
dunk
enemy.
him in the well a bit.
Yeah, please don't. I want to question him. Oh, I'm wanna like, Tatsu, you wanna help me question this guy? I think you're quite good at intimidating people, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Like,
If you want me to help question the man, I
yeah.
will do so. But
So like,
I have
I'll be.
very little interest in what he has to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just need your help with because I wanna try doing this strategy called like good cop, bad cop. So you'll be the bad cop, I'll be the good cop.
So I break his legs and you apologize for it.
Yeah, and then I'll tell him that, oh, if you don't want him to break your other leg, then you should tell me. See, you get what I mean.
Yeah, and then he tells you the things, and then we break his other leg anyway, just to teach
Yeah.
him a lesson.
Yeah. Oh, that's like a beautiful prank.
A beautiful prank.
Well, I mean, we kind
You
of
know,
lied to
as
the
they
guy,
say, it's
so
just
it's
a
like
prank,
a beautiful
bro.
lie.
Yeah,
a beautiful lie.
He's done worse.
Beautiful.
He's done worse.
I'm assuming Tatsu has. I believe Kagai, Yaki, and maybe Kiyoshi are going to do some investigation rolls around the town. Is that your intentions?
Yeah, well, once my 10 minutes has passed for
casting a spell that no one knows
yeah.
what you've got.
It's
Papercraft art,
detect magic.
expose
Yeah.
auras.
Yeah,
but it takes me
so-
10 minutes and a bit.
Apparently.
Okay.
Really complicated origami.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't actually going to be anything. He basically ends up pulling like a rectangle shaped paper out, and once he's done some chanting on it, it will float up and then stick to his face over his eyes, and then his eyes glow from underneath the paper.
Yeah, that is very
allowing
cool.
him to detect magic. In the area.
Okay. Give me investigate. Are you working together so one of you can have advantage, or if you're working separately, give me two independent ones. It is up to you to decide.
Wait, can I help with the investigation? I have
Well, I think you were talking to Tatsu about pranks of breaking people's legs. So,
okay.
which one of you two wants to make the roll?
I don't mind. Do you want me to make it because I would start before you if you're doing your...
That is true. You'd be doing stuff before I stand back up.
So this is an extended sort of search, so you can have advantage anyway as eventually Kiyoshi comes to help you. So give it a roll with advantage. Wow, another natural
Beautiful.
20. So, you kind of search around and you don't find any signs of any inhabitants. This place is deserted. But with that critical success, you do indeed find the fact that there has been a large set of movement to the south into the marshes.
Okay.
It looks
So
like they have escorted, captured all of the inhabitants and moved them.
Down this way.
Yeah, move them into the marshes to the south, closer to the wall.
okay, I would Kagayaki would probably say to Kiyoshi, we need to help them.
Yes. Some of them may be dire injured. And that's not how English works, but still.
We should tell the others.
Indeed. Do I pick anything up with Detect Magic, Andy?
No, anything of any kind of value has been taken as well. You kind of look through these sort of ruined
So there's
houses.
there's nothing coming from the well at all.
No, the well
Okay,
doesn't
so
appear
it's
to
just some
be
mud that's in
magical, but it certainly is pure water.
there. So there doesn't seem to be any residual magic around.
No.
It could be that it was instant and dissipated. They didn't seem to leave any lasting effects here.
So you approach the other two, and I'll let you tell them the discoveries that you've made.
I think we could either go chase after those bandits, or we could take a bit of a short rest first, because it seems that. What should we do? I mean, I would prefer to have a rest, but if you guys want to go after the bandits,
I think we should head into the swamps and go for them. The swamps are no place for people generally, let alone
oh wait, I almost forgot. But we need to
soft hands from
take along that guy.
north of the wall.
We should interrogate first that guy before we leave, though. Or is that possible? We
Well,
can just bring him with
I'm
us.
sure Tatsu can lift that skinny one over there.
Yes.
Alright.
So,
I'll
what?
go and
However, it must be noted that you are bleeding quite profusely.
That's the thing. I was hoping for a bit of a rest, but if the situation was that dire, unless if any of you can patch me up for a bit.
The question is whether they've been taken as slaves or for some demonic ritual.
Well, this is towards the wall, which is odd.
If they've been taken for slaves, then it's important not to let the produce die. If they've been taken for a ritual, then time could be important. I must say, this does look somewhat demonic. I go around. This doesn't happen overnight. Looking around at the waste that was apparently fine a few days ago, according to the.
Yeah,
When was the last
absolutely.
time they hit from Pureball? Yeah.
Sadly, we can't be sure for certain without, say, waking up that other guy and interrogating him. I mean, that last survivor.
I think we need to consider whether we will be in a fit state to liberate these people to be able to return home if we do not rest.
Yes, that's also my concern somewhat.
All right.
True.
Yeah. I'm resting.
Okay, so you begin to rest up. The good news is it takes you an hour, but you do indeed get all the benefits of a long rest. So let me sort that. Sorry, long rest, short rest. So you can, if you want, spend your hit dice.
Definitely. Wait, so I just need to click on the dice, right?
You drag it, yes, and put it into the chat, and it heals you. One of the
Okay.
advantages of being only first level is that it's quite easy to heal yourself up to maximum. Okay, so an hour passes, more than an hour really, because there's been some investigations going on, and it's round about this time you see that your Thorn of the Lotus friend, still, I believe, stapled to the floor with the sword that you rammed through him last session, Tatsu, is beginning to stir and come into consciousness.
Minnie is going to prepare for the interrogation and also gonna call over Tatsu to help her out. Just as we planned, Tatsu.
I'm gonna lumber over.
He
Oh, he's
kind
just going.
of winces. Brother, you are on the wrong side.
I'm gonna bring round the Tetsubo, just slightly to the side of his head.
Right.
Crunch
So-
into the dirt.
Yeah.
So my friend here, you see, like he really doesn't like you, okay? But you see, I'm willing to like spare you a bit. Say if you're like willing to help us, say by telling us where you guys like why you guys are taking away these villagers here, these poor innocent villagers. Oh, and also where you guys are taking them. You
You're
see,
not even from the Empire.
does it really matter though? I mean, you still are doing something wrong here by taking these poor villagers away.
I'll
What
bring
is
the
like?
Tetsubo down again by his head. Just
Okay.
thunk into the dirt. Just
See,
that
my
far.
friend here is getting more impatient. You see, like seriously though, your best bet is just to tell us what you know, and we can let you like 5. We can just let you go.
Yeah.
Else, well, he's my friend. He's probably gonna finish the job. Well, probably slowly though, because it seems that he really likes to see people in pain. Don't you?
Oh yes, I love to see people in pain.
Okay, so give me an intimidation roll, either of you, but obviously with advantage.
Wasn't it supposed to be persuasion first, or how does this work? Like, if the intimidation works fails, then there's the persuasion, because this is like a tandem thing. Good cop,
Do
bad cop.
you want to help me on intimidation? I think
You have a choice here. You can do a persuasion roll, bearing in mind that you are an outsider to the Five Thunders. He doesn't particularly like you, and he's going to be sort of seeing whether you are going to let him go or not. So he's going to be judging you as well. Or you can be working as a double act and choose to give intimidation, because you are intimidating him really, and give advantage to Tatsu. So you have a choice. If you don't give advantage to Tatsu, Tatsu's intimidation is just a single roll to him, but you can do a persuasion followed up with an intimidation. So the choice is
So,
yours.
what do you think, Tatsu? 2 different roles or a role with advantage? I mean, my charisma is pretty
I
high.
think you assisting me is probably better for
Which one? Sorry.
you assisting me on an intimidation.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. I'll just give advantage to. Oh, that's okay, right?
Okay, 20. Not quite a critical. What does it matter anyway? You are going to be too late. Yes, we have taken them. There is a war coming, and we need to prepare a call out to the mother of corruption, to the thing with 1,000 tongues, all of the demons. A call, an invitation to war. And these villagers' blood will be the messenger.
I suspect this means a demonic ritual then. Probably converting all the villagers into evil soldiers, brainwashing them or some sort.
I'll turn and look at your Kageyaki.
You have heard this conversation go on.
It's
Any
really
more
lucky.
question?
So,
How many days have they travelled with these people?
they need to get them south of the wall. I could show you.
Where do you think? I mean, he could barely escape. It will be pretty easy if he tries anything funny. It'll be easy.
Oh,
Do you know?
absolutely. I am no threat to any of you. I am
Oh.
just a lowly servant now.
Just to make sure though, wait, where are his weapons? We need to get rid of his weapons.
Well, the weapons have been taken away from him.
The Thorns
Perfect.
of the Lotus are sneaky little fellas.
Just because you cannot get away does not mean
Oh wait,
that
can
you can
I?
be trusted to tell us the truth of where we need to go. You could
Yes,
lead us wherever you choose.
I could
and
do.
also I could inside. I would like to check whether he's speaking the truth or not. Whether he's really going to lead us to the place or he's trying to mislead us.
Okay, give me an insight roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was silently just judging.
Okay. It's difficult to judge. As Tatsu said, these are slippery folk. There's definitely a desire in him to survive, which means that he is probably going to show you the way as best as he can. But at any given opportunity or point, he will take advantage to act upon that opportunity, whether it is to escape or to harm one of you. But without him, what are your chances of finding these villagers?
I'll tell the others that
It's like
I
you
wouldn't
can read my mind.
I mean, we don't have much choice, but then again, he has an interest of staying alive, so it's not. I mean, we don't have to completely trust him, but I think we can give him a shot. Just that we just need to be careful, I guess. Just as long as we keep an eye on him, like a really tight eye on him.
I'm beginning to warm to you. I'm beginning to
Ha
take
ha.
a liking to you.
Oh, do shut up. Don't need to pander around just because I'm an outsider here.
No, I misjudged you.
If you can say that. So, what do you think, everyone?
I think perhaps he may be warming to you, Minnie, but he probably hasn't quite fathomed out that if he tries to run, it will be your arrow through his heart.
I'm probably gonna
She
go for the
bows
dagger,
slightly.
though.
Oh, it's okay. I have seen her shots, and believe me, if I intend to run, I shall ensure that she dies before I make any attempt. For that would be the sensible thing to do, would it not? From your advice.
No, I think there are much greater threats to worry about.
Oh, please enlighten me. Tell me which one I should kill first.
Kageyaki, do you think our guide needs his arms to guide?
Oh, I'm liking
I would not
this.
think that seems key to the
I
job.
mean, you could always give him one arm and one leg, and then he can use a crutch for a bit.
Oh, that sounds splendid, doesn't it? What's your name?
My name is Kai.
Kai.
Hi, look,
I'll make sure it's on the gravestone.
I mean, just so you know, I do have a rope if you would like to, but then it's up to you. It's your call actually, like whether you want to leave him with an arm or not.
Tie him up. Shall we head out? We need to get
Yeah.
moving.
Yes.
I do have ropes. Oh, before that, can I want to look for my arrows if I can like get back some.
Okay, the way the rules work is you can find half the amount that you shot.
So, rounded up or rounded down?
Rounded down.
So I'll get back. So I think it's the mud pit. Yeah. So from this remain, I probably see there's an arrow still like on the ground, which used to went through the mud pit.
Sounds good.
And I'll take that. So I mean, it's better than nothing because it's so hard to find arrows around here. Yep. Let's be off. And just make sure to keep an eye on him. Tatsu, you can do that, right?
Oh yes.
I trust you, buddy.
Tie him up.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'll tie him up around the arms. He can walk on his own.
Okay.
And yeah.
So he staggers to his feet. He's still very badly wounded, only 1 hit point, as you are aware. Okay. And I'm assuming you want him to sort of lead you.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll be right behind him.
So you have him tied with the rope. What is sort of your marching order?
I'll be right behind Tatsu. Tatsu is, I think, in front because he has to lead Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he sets off. He's fairly sort of stoic. So unless you ask him any questions, he just plods forward. Very soon as you leave the village, he leads you off the road, and you are crossing marshland. There are large stagnant pools of water, sort of small islands of peat that rise out. The whole area is covered in sharp reeds and insects biting. It is a very unpleasant journey. You move for half a day, and then he kind of nods, and you see that these rolling marshes sort of begin to get thicker and grow into more of a swamp. There is this wall of tangled sort of mangrove trees and the like. This is where we go. They have taken them to a ruin of sorts. There are only 4 of you, and many of them. I mean, are you sure you want to do this?
Well, we kind of like made a deal. I mean, it's like we were contracted for this job, so it's in our honor to like finish it. Can I check if he's still speaking the truth again or not?
Yes, absolutely.
Just to make sure that, he's really in the temple and he's not just leading us into a trap.
Wow, he's taking you into the swamp. 16. No, he's telling you that it's going to be dangerous, and it is undoubtedly going to be. But if you want to follow him, you can do, as he kind of leads you further in. The ground becomes very damp, but you slowly move forward. Let me get you onto the map.
Is the ground muddy?
Yes, very muddy. You're in a swamp.
In the middle of journey, Midnight is just going to like have this expression of, oh, I really can't wait to get out of this place. I really hate this place. She's just gonna like keep sighing all the way, apparently.
If it makes you feel any better, there's probably people at the other end who are enjoying it a lot less than you.
Mm-hmm.
The people from that town.
I really doubt that
Mm.
they hate mud a lot more than me. Like, really, almost makes me wish I went back or something. Oh well.
So, if you swap maps to Swamp Ruin, you should have shared that map now. He's leading you forward, and you can hear the sounds of crying, the sounds of people sort of across in this direction here. That is where the villagers are currently being kept. This place is dark, so it's dim light, not total darkness. There is a sort of campfire sort of here that is causing light to sort of come out. You can easily see that there are some more Thorns of the Lotus moving around, kind of standing guard. You're probably not that close at the moment, but you now know that if he gives out a shout, they will be warned. You are that close.
I'll ask him how many of them are there.
I do not know. There was a group of 20 of us. Whether they are all there now or not, I don't know.
Right. Is this the best time for us to just, I think we should silence him now just in case so that he doesn't call out
Okay,
his
as
friends.
soon as you say that, he shouts.
But can Tatsu react fast enough
I was
to...
expecting Tetsu to just do it, honestly,
Yeah.
at the end of that sentence.
I think Tatsu can react fast enough to stop him.
Well, I think what we do is not think about it. What we do is we roll initiatives, because that is how we determine. Give me initiatives, everybody.
I was hoping for sneaking around, but oh well.
Well, you've just said in
Yeah,
front of him,
you
it's
didn't
time
have to
to
say that.
silence him. And knowing that
'Cause
you're
I
going
was
to do that.
basically going to judge whether or not Tatsu acted after he asked his question.
You need to be careful about what you say. Okay, so I need Kiyoshi a minute to roll as well. The chances are you're probably going to go before he can act. Thorn of the Lotus number 3 doesn't know anything's going on at the moment. Minute to midnight, Minnie, you get to have your full turn. What do you want to do?
Can I ask that? Can I ask? Is talking a free action?
It's not a reaction. This individual, Kai, is about to shout, having heard your words.
About to shout, right? So if I move, and can I intercept him immediately before he shout? I immediately silence him.
Well, you
Is
can
it possible?
you can certainly try. You have your turn ahead of you. What are you going to do? How are you going to do this?
I'm going to... Okay. So as he shout, I'm going to use my hand to clamp his... I'm going to clamp his mouth immediately, and then...
Well,
I'm gonna start... How do I do this? I want to bonk him in the head.
So you're going to attack him. Okay,
yes.
So you can target Kai, which you are at the moment. Give me an attack roll.
Do I have advantage because...
You have advantage because he is currently restrained, yes.
What? Oh, wait. The attack is a melee attack, I think?
Yes. So click the ADV button and click on your attack. Is this a lethal attack? Or is this a non-lethal attack?
He did lead us to them, so I might as well just make it lethal, I guess.
Okay, so click on the ADV button at the bottom of the chat. You'll see that, and then do your attack roll against him.
That's the thing. I cannot find for the melee attack. All I have is just the dagger.
No, just that's it. It's a melee attack, so just hit him with your dagger.
Be careful though. The melee attack, it uses a dex. I kind of need to check. Tabaxi has special rules about that.
No, it doesn't. Not for melee weapons generally.
So wait, I haven't rolled yet.
Natural weapons.
Wait. Oh, wait. The Rosie doesn't have it. Okay.
Okay, so you, even with advantage, miss as you strike at him. His voice is, his mouth, everything goes into slow motion as his mouth begins to open, sounds begin to emerge from it as you unfortunately missed him. We move to Kayaki. What would you like to do?
Might be on mute.
You might indeed.
To move up to Kai, and then I'm going to.
You see
Okay.
true fear in his face. He knows that he's fighting for his life here now, and if he's about to be murdered, which it looks very much like it is, he's going to warn everybody else. You have moments to act.
I'm going to take my dagger
Mhm.
and attempt to slash his throat open.
You do have advantage on this attack because again he's restrained thanks to the ropes around him. Wow, yes, that's I believe a critical hit. So again, do the same sort of thing.
Nice job.
And roll your damage. Is this lethal or non-lethal?
It's a dagger. She's trying to rip his throat out so he
So
can't shout. So yeah.
I'm gonna slash his throat non-lethally.
Sounds lethal. Yeah, that is easy enough. He only had 1 hit point anyway, and Kai collapses to the ground, twitching, blood flowing out of his throat into the swamp water as he twitches and gurgles. But he has, for the moment, been silent without warning everybody else. Because of that, and because there was no sound or any kind of warning, we rapidly now come back out of initiative again, so that you can plan ahead of what you want to do. That was a close call.
Kiyoshi will look towards Minnie and push the hat up slightly and then put his finger on his lips.
Yep. Minnie is going to motion to the others to, without making a sound at all, without using a voice, going to tell them to help her drag the body of this guy to the bushes so that we can hide this body.
That is easy enough to do. There's a tangle of bushes and trees in this swamp. There's a small swamp mist that covers the ground up to about ankles. It is humid. There are insects flying about. It is unpleasant in the extreme. But you are now out of initiative, so you can make a plan or do something. You can most definitely hear that sort of in this area here, this is where you can hear all the captives are.
I think
So,
we charge them.
we're whispering, right? Just make sure we are whispering. Don't recharge them like that. There's 20 of them. We only have 4, and remember that I'm fragile, basically, in a way.
We can
So,
kill 20 people.
I mean, I admire your enthusiasm, but please no.
Unfortunately, my spell reserves are rather low.
See, we need to do it stealthily and smartly. Like, we need to be careful with our movements. We just
can
need to
try
avoid most of them.
Guerrilla tactics.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's my thing.
Unfortunately, I'm not particularly good at stealth either.
So
we'll just have to see how it goes. If there's a lot of noise, then we will rush them as you so desire, Tatsu.
So
I would like to
we
sneak.
lure one of them over here, bash them on the head, and then lure the next one like some elaborate.
Yeah, that's also a good idea. Yes, I can like hide and then punch from the back. Oh, or I can like hide and then observe them from a certain distance and then come back to you guys telling how many more people left. Because
Feel free, Minnie.
I'm good at hiding.
Just don't die.
I really hope I don't again. I'll just probably be a bit close then, but I'm pretty sure with my keen eyes I can see everyone.
All right.
So we're going to lure them here one by one and then just bonk them before they react. Which means that you guys have to hide, right? Technically, you have to hide. So then you pounce them before they can even react.
Yes.
I think I need to ask a question before this plan goes any further.
Mhm.
Tell me why, if you are luring them back here, why they would not call to their companions that there is an issue drawing all of them at the same time.
If we do it silently, as in like before they were able to call out,
But then they're not going to follow you because you need to do it there and then. If they start to follow you, they will let others know that there is something going on.
the thing is, we can always use sounds or something else, so they don't have to directly see us. They'll just have to investigate where the sound is.
What sound are you considering?
Something like, say, like footsteps, but they weren't sure, or maybe so something like or sudden rustle of leaves suggesting that there might be somebody just passing through a bush. But I would say the footsteps will be safer. So as if this person hears that someone was like trying to run away from them. So we have to do it one by one for each person. We have to like as in baiting only one person so that the others doesn't really hear it.
Even if we draw some of them off, that's still useful. It means that there's two waves.
We need to get rid of as many people as possible as quietly as possible.
Yes, that.
And then when the sound happens, which it inevitably will, we still know that we've at least gotten rid of a few of them.
I'll be hiding around, but sadly I don't have like a nice way to. Well, except maybe all I have is just a bunch of, well, like a bell, a string. But I mean that's for traps. Cool. If you guys can figure out how to like best way to like use that as a distraction.
I mean, you could use. I could be the distraction if I head round to the north and engage them there and make a lot of noise. They will come to attack me. While they're doing that, you could come and free the people from the cage.
Yes, that's. Oh, I mean, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, I like that plan. As long as, of course, you're fine with like being ready to get. I mean, you're going to be the one at the most risk here, but yeah, this sounds like the best plan. We just need to make sure that the civilians first. Then once the civilians are out, well, we can just let it out of here, or maybe we have time to just kill the rest without them having to worry. Besides, the guy says before that time is of essence, right? So yes, we need to free the civilians first.
Should we try that then? Or
what do you guys think?
So, what are you going to do? Time for planning is over.
Yes.
So I'm going to go from downward, going to try sneak from the bottom because that's where the least number of guards are. You're probably going to go.
We don't know
right?
where these guys are at the minute.
I'll start heading up to the north with the intention of making noise. And
Okay,
yeah.
They might just actually see me.
I'll start going
make
down
noise.
here to hide.
Okay, so I'm going to say from this position here, we are going to go to initiative, especially if Tatsu's going to make noise. So give us
I'm going to try and get as north as possible and then make some noise.
Okay.
So to try to lure them up there.
So give me a stealth roll then, Tatsu.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Not
going
you.
to move
Let's
over.
do Tatsu first.
Okay.
So Tatsu, you get to there and you kind of clanking your feet catching a root. You kind of the three just need to check their passive. It's not a critical fail, but it is a
Probably
fail.
more than 4.
Yeah. Had they got sort of 13, it would have been a critical fail. This one here is going to shout and alert and look across at you. In the meantime, can the other three of you roll me stealths to see if you are well hidden as well?
Would we get advantage?
Why would you get advantage?
Because they were looking toward the sound, right? But they're not actively looking toward our my direction
No,
particularly.
they are
Okay.
alerted. You wouldn't get advantage because of that. Okay, so their passives is 10, as I said. Kiyoshi and Minute, you are hidden. Kagayashi, you are spotted. This one here shouts as well. And at this point, we will have initiatives for everybody.
It's all that healing light.
Yeah, all that healing light is out there.
I need to stop radiating light everywhere I go.
Kiyoshi, your initiatives are amazing. Boom, 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 boom. So I think that is good, and let us go straight to it. Kiyoshi, you are currently hidden from them. What would you like to do?
Let me just measure.
About 85 feet.
I'm basically just going to. So I'm going to wait for the Thorn of the Lotus 6 guy. If I can see him, because obviously I don't know if he's over there, I guess.
You can see him at the moment.
Okay. So, because I didn't know whether or not this was dense foliage enough, so
No,
he was kind of obscured.
I've done line of sight, so
Yeah.
the places that you can actually see, you can see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if he comes this way or goes upwards towards number 4. If he comes this way along the south edge of the map, when he gets within, I don't know, if he gets within 30 feet of us down here, then I'll use a cantrip. I'll use my mind sliver on him if he gets within 30 feet down here. So I'll
Okay.
hold that.
No worries. And we go to number 7. Number 7 basically is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Move to there. Number 2 is going to not do anything. Number 8 is going to and then number 6. Number 6 can see you 100 feet away, so it is going to attempt to shoot you with its light crossbow, but it will be with disadvantage. Still hitting you though. You get hit for 5 points of damage, and then it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And then we move to Tatsu.
So that log there, is that, how high is that? Is that vaultable or is
Yeah, you can either go under it or over it. Either really.
Okay, then I will do that, and I will double move to get to there, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
See that?
Yeah. Can
Finally
you?
got.
Yeah. Oh, look at that run. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, is that your double movement?
Yes.
That's everything done for you. And then we move to Kayaki. You're probably on mute.
So I think what I'm going to do is try and move 30 foot towards Thorn of the Lotus 4.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to stop next to Kiyoshi because that is a bit of a giveaway.
Well, it's up to you. So you've got you've got your movement, so you can move 6 squares, I believe.
So I think that's about 30 foot. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to check. Oh,
Oop.
I wasn't supposed to move. I was supposed to put an arrow on that.
Yeah, you're about 50 feet away from him now.
Okay, in which case I should be able to target him.
Yeah.
Oh, it gives me an arrow.
Yeah, so you've managed to
Okay.
target him. Well done.
Okay, I'm going to take my pen brush.
Yeah.
And I'm going to draw the increasingly familiar symbol,
Symbol.
for an Eldritch Blast.
Kaboom. Give us a roll to hit. That is a hit. Give me some damage. He is wounded. Very nice. Is that the end of your go?
Yes, it is.
Thorn of the Lotus 4. He starts shouting, they are upon us. Carry on with the ritual. Carry on with the ritual. And moves 5. Sorry, disengages 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Starts running there. We can hold them off. Number 5 is going to move down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And hold an action. And then move to minute to midnight.
Now, this is a problem. Apparently, the other person decided to retreat instead of moving.
Yes.
Unlike XCOM, I cannot just run and hope it doesn't. I have suspicions.
They also seem to have
Can you-
crossbows.
Minute C. Yes, that's a problem too. How dark is the if I try to wait? Can I run under stealth conditions? Would that actually refill me just the moment I step out?
So the way that stealth works is if you want to move silently, you make your stealth roll and halves your movement.
Half of my movement and stealth roll. I
Yeah.
will do that first.
So give me a stealth roll.
Do I have advantage for
Okay.
doing it from stealth to stealth?
No, you don't have advantage, and that is a fail, but you don't know it's a fail. So you are now moving at half your speed. It takes your action to stealth, and you can move 3 squares.
But I'm going to use the Felon agility,
Okay, so you can
it
move.
becomes 6 squares, right?
Yes, absolutely.
She's going to move slightly closer. Wait, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, she's going to move slightly so that she's next to Kiyoshi. Oh no, not quite next to Kiyoshi, like right in front of Kiyoshi,
Okay.
more or less, but still in cover, right? Technically.
You're not in cover now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But of course, you are stealthed, but your stealth was a 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, excellent. And then we move to Thorn of the Lotus 3. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there and hold his action. And we move to Kiyoshi. It seems you are a magnet to people as everybody's surrounding you now. You can clearly hear Minute moving past you, and Kageyaki hasn't bothered stealthing.
I'm pretty sure we're rumbled now anyway, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, certainly they seem to be taking some kind of defensive position.
Yeah, I'm going to move up because clearly we're going to have to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll 15 up to here.
Yep.
Our targeting's working now.
Woohoo! You are targeting poor Thorn of the Lotus 4. Is he going to make it as he's desperately trying to get back?
Yeah, I kind of feel like he needs to go and have a lie down for a bit.
He fails. What was you casting upon him?
So that's the Mind Sliver.
Okay. So he takes
So 2 psychic damage,
Yeah.
and then I can do this. There you go.
Very nice. As he kind of gets disorientated as he kind of moves forward. Then we move to Thorns 7. Thorns 7 pops out to there with his light crossbow, and he targets Tatsu, and he is going to, I believe that is 55, so that is within range. He's going to shoot at you. Ooh, that is a 22. What is your armor class?
17.
Yeah, so it is. Does 3 points of damage to you, and then moves back into cover. And then Thorn of the Lotus 2 kind of going to move here. Seeing both of you, he is going to roll 1, 2, 3. It's you, Kiyoshi, and on 4, 5, and 6, it's you, Minnie. So it's against you, Kiyoshi, as he targets you. 75, so he's still within it as he doesn't roll with disadvantage but misses you and uses the rest of his movement to go undercover. These are tricksy fellas. As he kind of moves to here and does the same thing again against you, Tatsu, and 16 misses, and he kind of moves back. And then we move to, number 6. Where is number 6? Number 6 comes out, and he's going to do the same randomizing. It is against you again. You seem to, Mr. Papercraft seems to be drawing their attention. But he misses.
He's not that dangerous, just a paper tiger.
Exactly. And then we finally move to Tatsu.
I'm just going to charge this guy and give him a bash.
Yeah, it's just like splashing through the swamp water. Give us a roll. Boom. That is definitely going to hit. Let me target him for you.
Oh, sorry.
That's
sorry.
okay. 11 points is more than enough. And how do you want to smash Lotus number 4?
Just coming from the side, he just goes flying off in a horizontal direction.
This is some kind of Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of madness as he's lifting from his feet and thrown across the marsh, and he is killed. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, happy with that.
And then we move to Kagayaki.
So I don't think I can get within range of anyone, so I might just double move.
Yep, that sounds good.
Brings me about here.
Okay, perfect. So you double move forward, and then we move to Thorns of the Lotus 5. This is going to move 5, 10, 15. And here he can spot Minnie. So let us have a look at this. Targeting Minnie, which is just 80 feet, I think.
Barely. Like I'm trying to check the arrow here. Like, is it technically? Does it reach?
I don't know. You've got your arrow in the way, and it's saying 80 feet.
But I did try to check if it's from him to the center to barely to the square in front of me. That's 85 feet.
Yeah, you're right. So he's going to move.
So has to be a bit
Move
of
one
extent.
steps forward, like that, and then he is going to shoot at you, hitting you on a 19 for 2 points of damage. He can't move back, and then we move to minute to midnight.
Now that he's active in range, that means I can shoot him with my short bow without penalty, right?
You can certainly try. You wanted to give it a go?
Yes, shoot him back.
Okay, give us a
I
roll.
mean, it's only logic. Wait, I'm already targeting him,
Yeah,
right?
you are targeting him, but you miss. You have your move action left.
Time to move somewhere. Is there a place I could take cover? Like, is there any place I could get like cover?
Not overly. I mean, you can move back behind the stump. If you move
Where?
backwards, there's a stump here. But you'd be behind cover, but not hiding. They still will know you are there.
Yes, I just need the cover so that they have like partial disadvantage. How does that work again? Increased AC, right? If I hide behind cover.
That's right.
Not don't hide, but just taking
Yeah.
cover. So I'll just move back here.
Okay, Thorn of the Lotus kind of moves down here and is going to target you, Kiyoshi. That is 75, so that's within, and it launches an arrow at you. Oh, that was so close to a crit. And then he's going to sort of back up there. And then we move to Kiyoshi. All of these crossbow bolts coming in.
Yep. If only it hadn't took half a day to get here. Well,
what are you doing?
15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to move up anyway.
You do.
And then...
He's
Same
behind.
again.
Yeah, so it's -2.
Saving throw.
Saving throw is absolutely fine. As he fails. Oh, nice. Very good damage to him. He's not happy about that. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Okay. He kind of saw you do that, and he's going to pop out, and he's going to change his target to you, due to the fact he saw you casting that spell. And he's going to shoot his crossbow at you and miss, and this time he's going to pop further back down. And then we move to number there, that's 5, 10, 15. He's going to randomize it now. That is unfortunately at you. Oops, get that wrong, and we'll try that again. There we go. That is going to hit you for some terribly low damage. Move as the bolts are coming in. This one's going to move forward and take his chance against you, Tatsu. Miss and move back. And then number 6 is going to move down. boom, boom is going to take his attack against you. Oh, and hit you.
Wait a minute. Does have disadvantage?
Sorry?
I'm behind cover, and also.
He's not shooting you. He's
Shooting me.
Oh, sorry,
Kiyoshi.
sorry.
So you go down and start dying. And then we move to Tatsu.
I'm going to move in here and give them a distraction.
Yeah,
So that's 25 to there and
Yeah.
30 to. Is that? I
Yeah,
can't go
yeah.
through that, can I?
So you can get to there quite easily, and you are. That is just a straight move.
Okay, so I will then attack this fellow. What's going on behind here?
You see
Oh,
that.
Nothing, apparently.
Oh, that is terrible
Too
as
busy
well. That is terrible. As you run round here, you see that it is a scene of horror, as there is a ritual circle here, splayed out, kind of spiked into the ground, are many of the peasants, and you see that as their blood is kind of leaking, there is, at first you think it is kind of roots coming out of the center, but then you realize it's a kind of strange bloom of tongues that are lapping up all of the blood. Not tentacles, but they're a good maybe 2-3 foot long, kind of loathsome tongues. And you can kind of see a mouth forming, but there are, coming out of the same mouth, a large number of tongues, and that is enough to distract you.
Yeah.
Not only that, but your big weapon with that critical fail lodges into the wall. I will allow you 2 choices. You can miss your turn next turn trying to get it out, or we can say that you can pull it out, but doing so gives just this one that's right next to you, so number 7, advantage on his attack against you.
Advantage on the attack.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So you kind of smash it into the wall, and it kind of jams in. And as you are wrenching it out, it opens up an attack against you. Then we move to Kageyaki.
I'm going to turn to Kiyoshi.
Yep.
And sort of kneel down next to him, and she will part the veil, pull the veil over the top of her hat, so that it reveals her face to him.
Ooh.
And she will take her brush, and she will very gently make a symbol on his cheek and say, "Rest easy, my friend."
Ooh. Very nice. Okay. And you drain his soul out to strengthen you, or
No,
you cut
no,
his throat to make it passing a lot easier?
no.
I'm guessing
The
that you are
other thing,
casting Spare the Dying.
I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Oh, wow. Wow, I thought it might be Spare the Dying with Rest Easy, my friend. No, Cure Wounds. That is even better. Yep, so do it. Give us a roll there. And 9 points, substantially more. You weren't targeting him, but he's only got 8 hit points. So that brings him back into consciousness and on full hit points. Very nice, very nice. And then is that the end of your turn?
It is, yes.
Okay. We move to Thorn of the Lotus 5, who kind of moves out. Oh no, he's not going to move out. He can see you, Tatsu. He doesn't want people getting closer, so you are going to be his target.
I suspect
which
there'll be a lot of that in the next
yeah,
few turns.
yeah. But fair play. I said it was only number 7, so he doesn't get advantage to his attack, and he attempts to shoot you. Well, that is a 17, which is
It's
a
just a
hit,
hit.
though. That is all we need, as you become heavily damaged. And then something happens. Out of the shadows kind of appears an old, wizened individual clad in orange robes, a long moustache, white, balding, as someone else, Zheng Shui, enters the fray. And that is where we're going to leave it till next session. Thank you very much, everybody. Yet another
Thanks.
cliffhanger. It is going to be very interesting to see. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody in chat. Thanks for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed that. It's very much seeming that Court of Five Thunders is martial arts action all the way. We haven't fundamentally stopped since we saw the last episode. So yeah, thanks for staying with us. I really hope you're enjoying it. I want to say a big thank you to our players as well. We started off the session that could have been a vast sort of total party kill, and some excellent tactics.
Ended the same way.
Yeah, and we have once again ended the same. So thank you very much, everybody. Until we see you next, which I think will be Scraplands on Tuesday night. Take care, stay safe, and have a great Monday.